Hey everyone, hello, shalom from Jerusalem. We're very happy to see you join us this afternoon in Jerusalem for the Digital Open Day for our International BA program. My name is Ronit Lavi. I'm the director of the undergraduate division at the Rothberg International School, and I'm joined today by Professor Yael Levine, who is our vice provost at Rothberg, Professor Ruben Borg, who is the head of the English department, Mo Knecht, who will talk to you a little bit about Jewish life on campus, and Lev, who is our Office of Student Life counselor, who will be with specifically with our BA students. We are also live on Facebook for those of you who want to later on review the recording again, send it to your friends and family, you're welcome to. So let's get started. A little bit of information about the Hebrew University. We were founded in 1918. We're the oldest university in Israel, and we consistently rank among the top 100 universities worldwide. Some of our founding members are Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, Martin Buber, Chaim Weizmann. We are home to 8 Nobel laureates, and we have a general population of 23,000 students, and about 10% of them are international students who come through Rothberg and through the Hebrew University every year. The Rothberg International School was established in 1971, and we're the oldest international school in Israel. We welcome approximately 2,000 students every year from 90 different countries. They come to our various programs. We have the BA that we're going to talk to you about today, and we also have master programs, semester and year-long undergraduate study abroad programs. We have a preparatory program for those who want to study in Hebrew, and we have summer and short-term courses and Hebrew programs as well, all housed under Rothberg. But moving on to the main reason that we are here today is the International BA. We are offering 3 majors in our BA, business and English, and we're just gonna upload a small poll for you guys to answer. Business and English, business and liberal arts, and English and liberal arts. It's a 3-year program, so you'll be done with your degree in only 3 years. I also want to mention the Fordham University Degree Partnership, which is aimed at students who want to seek career in the free health fields back in the US. So if you want to come here for part of your degree, you can come here for a year or 2 and then go back to Fordham University for a degree in health sciences, pre-health sciences, or information technologies and systems. I can answer specific questions about those fields if anyone has them in the end. But our main focus right now are these 3 majors. And I see we have 50-50 between business and English combined with liberal arts, which is very interesting.
Very.
And good to hear. We do have, Mimi, are you going to share the results or should I?
I shared them already, everyone saw.
Okay, great. We're talking about affordable tuition and scholarships. I'm going to go into that in a minute. We also have internship possibilities while studying for your degree. So you can definitely start studying here and get the first steps of your career going in terms of internships and getting your CV enriched with more and more experience while here. So this is a lovely slide that I love to share on open days because it mentions some of the fields that you might not think about when you major in English. Business is pretty intuitive, right? People want to be business managers, etc., but it's a lot more as well. And combining the business and the English together, you can work in publishing, you can work in entertainment, education, journalism. One of our concentrations in the liberal arts is journalism and communication. So you get a taste in sort of the theory of that field and writing as well. Law, business, as I said, politics, marketing, and advertising. And Professor Borg, you're welcome to add anything more if I missed anything with this slide. And I think because we were 50-50, maybe you like to put in a few words on the English department and what the curriculum feels like and what the department feels like once you're studying there, with you.
Sure. Would you like me to do that now?
Sure.
Okay. So as Ronit explained, this is a 3-year degree, and the emphasis in the English program is on literature. We do a lot of English literature, but also English and American culture. When we say English, of course, what we mean is the entire English-speaking world. So that includes American culture, American literature. It includes Irish, it includes Australian, and so on. So we have a lot of emphasis on literary texts, on cultural texts, on writing. We place a lot of emphasis on communication skills in the degree. We hone our students' writing skills, and of course, we also give our students a strong background in the traditional English curriculum, what is defined as the English curriculum in Anglo-American universities. Our university, our BA is modeled after the Anglo-American model of the BA. So also our curriculum is modeled after the Anglo-American model within the English department. So we have a lot of emphasis on literature and culture. But as I said, we also synergize with communications, and we synergize with business insofar as we train our students to hone their writing skills, their communication skills. Many of our students eventually go on to either continue studying with us, do an MA with us, and some of them do a PhD with us, those who are academically minded, but some just prefer to go into journalism. Some become teachers, some become managers of sort of cultural institutes. We do a lot of partnership. We cooperate a lot with the Jerusalem Cinematheque, for instance, because some of our students, quite a few, end up working in these kinds of institutions, managing, for instance, the Jerusalem Cinematheque, these kinds of cultural centers in Jerusalem. So that's also a career option. I think I mentioned teachers, and yes, and journalism is certainly also a career option. I think I might be forgetting something, but generally speaking, those are the areas. Also, of course, I was about to forget translation and publishing and editing. So those are the points of focus. It's a 3-year degree. And we start out with introductory courses, and again, writing courses, as I said. And as we develop through the 3 years, we have courses that acquaint you with the history of the English curriculum, as I said, so English and American literature primarily. And then in the 3rd year, we start to have a slightly more creative set of electives, we call them, which are courses that you get to choose that are designed by our professors according to their research interests. And there, the program becomes a little less codified. You get to pick according to your favorite periods, according to your favorite writers, your interests, and so on and so forth. So that's sort of how the program works. As I said, it's a 3-year program. We're very proud of it. It's quite a successful program.
Thank you. We're so happy to be joining this department, and the courses that are offered are really unique and fascinating.
We're very happy to be part of this initiative and part of this international effort at internationalization that the university is making. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'd like to move on to some technical issues that are important to mention, technical topics. So the program length, as we said, is only 3 years, and the tuition is $15,500 per year. This is for only tuition, and there are additional fees for housing, which we also will mention in a little bit, and health insurance that is also not included in tuition. We are rolling admissions, so whenever someone is ready to submit their file, we go ahead and review it. And I just want to pop up another poll on when are you planning to earn your degree? Are you a latecomer and you want to start in the fall 24? No, everyone's for the following year, which is great.
Wait, give them a minute and.
Oh, I see. I see it's moving a little bit.
Looking for a surprise here.
So in the meantime, let's go back to admissions. So we have an admissions committee that reviews each file, each candidate in a holistic way. So we look at your essay, at your CV, letters of recommendation. We also need you to produce an English proficiency test if you're not from an English-speaking country, an SAT or SAT score. The scores that we're looking for business are 1310 for business and 1020 for English. And we're looking for a high school GPA of 3.0 or higher. These are our general admission rules. But again, we do have an admissions committee and we do discuss each candidate separately and in depth. And if you're lacking one of these components, I don't want you to be discouraged from applying. It's important to still be in touch with us, and then we can see what needs to be made up. So you will be studying for 2 semesters each year. There's a fall semester and a spring semester, no classes during the summer. So that gives you time to do the Hebrew Ulpan if you want to in between years. You can definitely do that. And we'll be looking at 124 credits that will be the total of the degree, made out of compulsory courses. Many of the courses in the first year are compulsory, and the electives a lot of the times start in the second year and the third year, and that's where you can really, as Professor Borg just said, tailor your program to your specific interests and choose the elective courses that will be the most fascinating to you. This is just a general outline of the program. I'm going to turn it over to Lev. Lev is a member of our Office of Student Life, and he is also the designated counselor for all BA students. And he's going to explain a little bit about what the Office of Student Life does.
So hi everyone, my name is Lev. I'm a social counselor with the Office of Student Life, and I'm also an MA student myself. So as the name suggests, the Office of Student Life is in charge of student life, and we will be assisting with anything that isn't academic. We will be providing pre-arrival service, 24/7 emergency support. We have a buddy system that sort of pairs you with an Israeli buddy that will get you into Israeli life. We do social, cultural activities. We deal with life on campus. We assist with sports centers and registration. Anything you may think that is not academic, we help with it. We provide assistance with transportation. We give guidance with visa. We connect you to the innovation center that the university has. And we have a bunch of communities. We have a culture community, a movie club, and we're working on several more communities at the moment. And yeah, so some of our activities include, like, as I said, movie nights. So this is an example of a Valentine's movie night that we did. We also do volunteer work and community stuff. We do a lot of trips. So the Engedi and the Dead Sea trip is one of our staples, but we also have some other trips. We did a nighttime trip at the safari recently, and we have more stuff planned in the future. And yeah, we do it like at least one trip a month is something we try to keep in mind. And yeah, so thank you. We look forward to seeing you in person and seeing you take part in our activities in the future.
Thank you, Lev. And I just want to say, Lev and the team at Student Life, they do all the fun stuff. So anything that is not about academics and classes and exams. It's all the really fun stuff that will put together the community, the group of students who get to do fun stuff together after class. So it's an amazing opportunity that we have here at Rothberg to offer the Madrichim and Student Life to be part of your program here. And I'd like to turn it over to Mo. Mo will talk a little bit about Jewish life on campus.
Hey, everybody. My name is Mo Knecht, originally from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And so glad that you're all on this call. This is very exciting, and glad that you're here to learn about doing a full degree in English in Israel at Hebrew University. It's honestly a dream, the idea of being able to earn an undergrad degree in Israel, not only in Israel, but in the capital of Israel in Jerusalem, something that we only could have really dreamt of 100 years ago. And I'm glad that you're all taking the initiative to hear more about it. I'm the director of Jewish Life on campus. In Judaism, the idea of community is very, very important. And we're here to help build that community both on and off campus. It's very unique in Israel that the calendar that the school calendar runs on is actually is a Jewish calendar, just like the state of Israel, which means that you have an opportunity to celebrate the Jewish holidays and be off during the Jewish holidays over here in Israel, along with the other religious holidays of Islam and Christianity are all respected and off during those times. So it's a very unique opportunity to have over here. And really, with all that's going on with Jewish students across the world, and specifically across America, with all the anti-Semitism and anti-Israel sentiments, the fact that you could be here in Israel and walk around with Jewish pride, and everyone could feel comfortable no matter what their background is, that's something that's very, very important to us and something that we take pride in. Specifically, Jewish Life will be here to help with Shabbat meals. We have weekly dinners and Jewish discussions, a Beit Midrash learning program on campus along with guest speakers. And to add on to the Student Life, we have other Shabbatonim, which are immersive weekends and excursions, and really just helping out with also with students from observant backgrounds that maybe need a Shomer Shabbat dorm or kosher food. We're here to help really help you have that great experience on and off campus. And I'm here to answer any questions and to really help you maximize your time during the semester.
Thank you, Mo. Moving on to student housing. So we have a fairly new student village located about 10 minutes walk away from campus. Students will be living in 5-bedroom apartments. So each student has their own private bedroom. And the students are sharing the living room, the kitchen, and the bathroom. All the bedrooms are furnished. Most importantly with air conditioning, but also bed, desk, and a closet. And in the complex itself, we have a laundromat, we have a bar, and there's a mini market. Across the street from the village is a mini mall, a sort of a strip mall with several eateries and a larger supermarket. So you have the option to choose if you want to cook in your apartment, if you want to eat out. Everything is very available and close by. Right now, it's a 5-minute walk to the light rail. By the time you get here, I'm hoping the light rail will be all the way to campus. They're working on that now. So you'll be able to hop on the light rail and go to the main bus station and take a bus to Tel Aviv very easily, or downtown, wherever you want to go. Of course, the village is gated 24/7. You cannot enter the village without showing your student ID. So that's very important to know that we have security 24/7 as well on campus. If you walk into campus for a class, you need to show your student ID. So that's something really important. These are some pictures of what the rooms look like and our beautiful view of Jerusalem. I started talking a little bit about campus security, and I'm going to emphasize again, the first day that students get to Jerusalem, they are given an orientation by the Office of Student Life and by myself about the security, getting around, what you should pay attention to while walking around Jerusalem. We get security updates directly to your WhatsApp group, to your email, if anything needs to be updated to you. There's a madrich, a counselor that is available 24/7 in case of an emergency. So it's not just security, also if a student isn't feeling well in the middle of the night and they need someone to take them to their emergency room, or you just need someone to be with them at the doctor's office. This is also something that Office of Student Life provides. We receive regular updates from the Home Front Command. So if anything changes in the status of the security situation, we immediately notify the students. There are secure rooms in every apartment. One of the bedrooms is a safe room that locks. And I just want to say it's been pretty quiet in Jerusalem. No sirens. But again, once you get here, you will receive orientation and explanation where to go in case of an alarm. And I think financial aid is also an important topic. So tuition, as I said, is $15,500 per year, and then housing is in addition $6,000 per year. We do have need-based financial aid, and we do have scholarships as well. And you can go to our website and look at all the options for you that are relevant for you, for the country you come from, and we can help you connect to our financial aid director later on after accepted to the program. I always say, and I'm going to say this here, if you're right for our program and we want to accept you, money should not be a barrier. Meaning, if you're right for the program and you're accepted academically, we will help you study with us. So I think that's a very important point to take along with you. And that's it for my presentation. You're welcome to follow us on social media and see some of the activities that we do, all the news of what's going on campus. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to
There are quite a few good questions in the chat, Ronit.
Yes.
The first one that also Professor Berg answered was, how do we condense 4 years of studying for BA into 3 years? I think that's
the first question from Phil, yes? Can you address how you do what is normally a 4-year degree? Oh, Ruben, I see, answered. But
yeah, I think everyone should.
Yes. So that's a very good question. Thank you for asking it. So the way it works in 4-year programs is the first year students take different electives. They don't have to decide on their major straight off the first year, right? They take different topics. They sort of figure their way out. Here, we save that year. And all degrees in Israel are double major 3 years. All undergraduate degrees are 4 years, unless they're, medicine or law. But I mean, liberal arts, business is a 3-year program in all the faculty in Israel. So that's basically the reason. You decide on your major, you get accepted to your major, and you dive right in.
Ronit, can I just add to that just like Ruben wrote, this is the European system. It's an internationally accepted BA degree, and so you're not being shortchanged. You're going to get an internationally accepted undergraduate degree, which you can use then if you want to continue on to graduate studies. You won't have to do any kind of supplementary work if you're continuing in the field in which you studied. So it's an absolutely legitimate BA, and we're not shortchanging you, that I can promise. But as Ronit very cogently explained, it just there's no fluff. You decide what your specialties are, and you're getting the compulsory courses in the first year already. So you have a combination of electives and compulsory courses in the first year. So you're straight in whatever field it is that you want to specialize in, and you get hands-on experience from day one.
And you save a full year of tuition.
Yes, thank you, Yael. Okay, moving on to the next question. I have a question here. Can I apply as a biology major? If you're interested in going to a health career, maybe the Fordham track is something that's relevant. You could do a year with us taking elective if you want to come to Israel for a year, and then you would go back and you will take all the courses that are free health in the States, meaning you'll be able to take everything that isn't the biology major, and then you move back to the States for the second half. Another option is to come and do the program in Hebrew. I don't know if that's at all of interest to you, but if you want to study in Hebrew and not this international degree, you can do that by completing the preparatory program for 1 year, getting your Hebrew level up to level Hey, which is the level that you can study in Hebrew with, and then you can apply to the biology program at Hebrew University.
Yeah, and any program other than the
program.
three we're offering in English. If you do the preparatory program, which is just 1 year with a concentration in Hebrew and general preparation for being accepted into academia here, then you can then opt for physics. Someone asked about physics. It could be biology. It could be any degree you want, you can take in Hebrew.
Mhm.
For Hebrew, there's a question here, do we need a level of Hebrew to study?
You do not, because the classes are all in English. This is an international program. We do not require Hebrew. You are welcome to take a Hebrew course. You can take up to 8 credits of your liberal arts credits in a language, so they count Hebrew. Or you can take the summer ulpan if you want to stay here between your, come earlier before your freshman year or between your freshman and sophomore year. After being here, you're like, I want to get my Hebrew up. You can do that as well. It's not a requirement for the degree.
Do we accept the Turo credits?
I'm sorry?
Do we accept Turo credits?
Toro College?
I think so.
That depends. We have to see the syllabus that you studied. If you want if any of you have any pre-existing academic studies that you did at a university, we can look over what you already studied and the syllabus, and some credits may transfer in general from all institutions.
I would be happy to add to that we've had many applications from schools in the States and other schools around the world where people started college abroad and wanted to transfer to the Hebrew University. And we did take a look at the transcripts, and where possible, those credits were counted toward the degree, and you will have to take less. But that requires academic eyes to look at the transcripts to see what those courses are, what they contain, so taking a look at the syllabus and so on. But you should send us all your transcripts when you apply, and then we can give you a more informed answer. But that is definitely a possibility, and it's something we do regularly.
Yep. Yes.
There's a question regarding internships, which I actually
Yeah, I'm trying to go down the questions so I make sure I answer all of them.
Okay, I'll help.
That's okay. Thanks for jumping in with the important ones, but still, there are questions about the deadline to apply for fall of 2025. So we're now open for applications for the year 2025-26. The deadline is next spring, so around May of 2025 will be the deadline, but we're still open. There's plenty of time to apply. I have a question on summer programs. Mimi, maybe we can add a link to the page in the chat. We do have summer programs, so you can get all the information there. This is not a part of the BA. I have a question. Can I write political science in SAT? Not sure I understand the question. Yuda, would you like to clarify?
Yeah, ma'am. Can I write political science in SAT because I'm a humanities student? I don't have mathematics.
You're a humanities student and you don't have mathematics?
Yeah, ma'am. So can I go with political science or history? Anything belong to social science?
Well, you'll be studying what we offer. Math is part of the business degree. If you're not interested in it, you don't have to do it, but we still look for a standardized test with all the components of the SAT.
Okay. Ma'am, can I take liberal arts plus English? So can I go with any TOEFL or anything?
You
If
can
I go
definitely choose, yes, English and liberal arts are two of our three majors,
okay.
but you still will need to submit an SAT.
SAT of
Yes, an
what is the
exam.
score, ma'am, for SAT?
You will need 1020
1020 for
yes,
liberal arts plus English.
and English, correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, internships. We do offer internships. One of the slides mentioned it as well. We have an internship coordinator at the Rothberg School. That's her entire job, is to find placements for students who come here. We do it for starting the second year of your studies. You can apply through the coordinator to internships. We have internships in the Jerusalem Post. We have internships in the Knesset, Yad Vashem, in so many high-tech companies, NGOs around Jerusalem. So definitely internship is something that is very important to keep in mind as an option for you to do as part of this degree.
We're also working on a program for creating mentorship possibilities, opportunities with our graduates. So even from your first year, you might find a mentor who's right for you. And also we're working on job placement for the future when you graduate, so that you have opportunities by discussing options and possibilities with our graduates in the States and around the world. So that's also an option. It's important to know that we are thinking about this and it's part of the program.
Definitely. I have a question here that's very important. If a student wants to defer for a year to study in Israel prior to starting university, do you apply now? Well, you can apply for now for 25, 26, and then we can defer. You can be accepted, and then you can take a gap year and do whatever you wanted to do in Israel, and your acceptance will be deferred to the following year. That is something that we've already done. You will need to put some deposit down to hold your spot, but it's definitely an option that we have here. And Eva is asking, if I already speak Hebrew, do I still have to do the preparatory program? The answer is yes. And the reason is because when you study in Israel, you need to have the Bagrut, which is the Israeli matriculation finishing high school. And if you do not have that, the preparatory program gives you that component. And you'll also be doing the psychometry, which is like the SAT in Israel. You'd have to do both of those to get accepted to the Hebrew program. That means you're accepted to the Hebrew University as an Israeli student, not an international student, or to an Israeli program. So you will need to do the mechina, the preparatory program, in order to matriculate your high school diploma towards university studies. Okay, another question about scholarships. We do have scholarships for housing and tuition. Like I said, if you're right for the program and we want to accept you, money should not worry you. We can help. We have scholarships. We have donors who give us funds exactly for those students who cannot afford coming here. But again, it's living in Israel. You cannot work on a student visa. I think that's important to keep in mind. You need to have funds to eat, to live. So it's not just covering tuition and housing. That's something that also needs to be, in mind. It's very important to have enough funds.
What is the eligibility criteria for applying scholarship, availing scholarship?
You can go to our webpage, and maybe you can add that here also, Mimi or Yael.
Yeah, I'm putting it up.
Yeah, and you can reach out. But again, if you're not accepted yet and you haven't applied yet, scholarships will not be promised. You can hear about the options. And Sari, you do not need to make Aliyah at all for any of our program, meaning you can come for 3 years, do the BA and go back home. You can do the preparatory program and still not make Aliyah and study here. It's not a requirement. We're happy to welcome you to Israel if you choose to make Aliyah, but it is definitely not a requirement.
I just want to add that if you don't make Aliyah, you may check if you're eligible for the Masat scholarship as well, which depends from which country you come, your age, and for how long is the program. But their scholarships are also need-based, and also at least they cover your fare of your the amount of your airfare. So that's another thing that I wanted to say. And Ronit is being really nice. And I just want to say, guys, you have a lot of questions regarding scholarships and deadlines. I want to mention that if you register for this upcoming year that starts in just a few weeks, it's a really good opening start for funds and getting accepted in enrolling admissions, which is really quick right now. Of course, you can decide to start also next year or defer. But I'm urging some of you guys that are sort of debating to think about coming after the high holidays, to come at the end of October of 2024. That's my 2 cents to you guys.
I wanted to add to, Ava had a question about starting in the spring. So it's true that the year officially starts in the fall and you can't start it in the spring, but it depends on what you want to study. If you want to study business, you can't start in the spring because there are courses that start in the fall. But again, reach out to us, Ava, by email, and we can see what your background is. There may be an option to have you take general electives in the spring. That doesn't mean it will shorten your 3 years. You may still be here for 3.5 years, but it's very, we'll have to see how we put this program together for you. It could be an option, and I say this very cautiously. We need to meet with you. So I'm going to put my email here, and anyone who has any questions and wants to follow up is welcome to do so. If you want to go to graduate school for physical therapy, if you want to go to graduate school in Israel for physical therapy or back in the States. If it's in Israel, you will need to study something else. I'm not sure exactly what you can do as an undergrad, but I can connect you to our international admissions at Hebrew University, she knows all about getting into the different programs, and that could help maybe get some information. I believe that if you finish your undergrad with us, you may be able to get into the graduate school as well. We have to look into it. There may be some courses that you'll have to take to complement the graduate degree. But again, it really depends.
Thank you. So I guess, sorry, this is, I'm following up to that question. So maybe it just makes more sense for me to email you, but it seems like going to the international program, you can then go to graduate school in Israel for someone who does want to make Aliyah.
You can go to graduate school anywhere you want.
Okay.
You have a BA from the Hebrew University. That is
okay. Yeah.
But if we should discuss, I think, specifically on email. I'm happy to meet you on a private Zoom call as well. We can
Perfect.
discuss. So just
Thank
shoot
you.
an email and then we'll coordinate it.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, great. Can I apply in December? Yes, applications are open. You're welcome to start your application. And I have a question. Good evening. Looking for scholarship beginning Tel Aviv. Not sure what you mean by computer course. We do not have computer science in our international program. So I'm not, maybe you want to clarify your question.
Ma'am, I have a last one doubt that if I apply in the month of December, so still I can apply for scholarship, or is there any deadline for applying scholarship?
No, there's no deadline.
Okay, thank you.
Still have some time if there are any other questions.
I do
Anything-
recommend that since many of you have interests that may be unique to you, do contact Onit or any one of us, reach out, and we can help you with more tailored answers to your needs. And do have a chat, because we can help you in many different ways, but it's sometimes difficult to address every issue right now. So do feel free. You have the email. You can see it on Onit, LA at Savyon, and we'll offer answers, or we'll connect you to the people who can take it from there. So please do.
Last call for questions.
I also want to add that if any of you are still thinking of transferring now and starting the year with us, then it's still possible if you do that quickly, if you do that now and over the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks, because the year here, the academic year begins at the end of October, so we might be able to rush the admissions process to help you out. But it is a bit of a process, so please do that as quickly as possible. If you're not sure what you need to do, once again, reach out, talk to us, we'll help you through it. We're very good at doing that. Onita's very, very helpful, and so do that.
Yep, and I just put in the link to the application page. If you want to start, if you want to do it for this year or for next year, you're welcome to do so. It's been a pleasure seeing all of you and answering all your questions. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to hearing from you in my inbox. So I hope to hear from many of you soon.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oni. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Ruben. And if any of you want to ask questions about English or the program, then you can stick around and ask us while we're still here. Okay, thanks, everyone.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.
You.
After getting into your university, can I apply for the Israeli citizenship, like Aliyah?
That is separate of the BA. That's through the Ministry of Absorption. It has nothing to do with us, but I can give you information if you need it. But that's a separate process.